Let's begin our discussion on deep learning by introducing the idea of binary classification problems. These problems can be explained in a more simple manner through the use of an example. Imagine you are a doctor at a busy hospital that annually performs diagnostic testing on thousands of patients. You are tasked with classifying the likelihood of a patient being diabetic based on certain health parameters related to the patient. As you can see, this situation presents a binary classification problem, where a patient can be classified into one of two classes, diabetic or non-diabetic. For the sake of simplicity, we are only going to focus on two health parameters that could potentially provide an accurate indication of diabetes. These two parameters are going to be the age of the patient, alongside the blood glucose levels of the patient, given in millimoles per liter. You essentially want to be able to receive health parameters from a patient and to then be able to classify the patient as likely to be diabetic or unlikely to be diabetic. A helpful technique can be to look at previous data. For example, patient 1 had an age of 24 and had a blood glucose level of 4.6 millimoles per liter. This patient was found to be non-diabetic. Similarly, another patient had an age of 70 and a blood glucose level of 9 millimoles per liter. This patient was found to be diabetic. The hospital has much more labeled data, resembling the two sample points discussed here. Each point here represents a patient, along with the respective health parameters that were recorded from that patient. The purple dots indicate patients that were found to be diabetic, while the green dots represent patients that were found to not be diabetic. Now, with all of this data at our disposal, how can we make use of it to predict whether or not a new patient is likely to fit into the diabetic category or the non-diabetic category? This question is exactly what we will address in the next video. I hope to see you there.